G'day, welcome to the Nerdy Dad channel, and tonight's Rewind review, which is looking at the Bad Batch episode Bounty Lost. The Bad Batch Season 1 is over a year old at this point, so I'm probably safe not to, but I'm going to throw up a quick spoiler warning anyway. Look, this episode is just fun. The Bounty Lost does focus on Omega. She's absolutely central to the plot, and she undergoes some character growth, but who cares? You can't honestly tell me that this episode isn't just an opportunity to have Cad Bane and Fennec Shand duke it out. I mean, it's not, but it really kind of is. Bounty Lost is the 9th episode of the season, and it was directed by Brad Rao and Nathaniel Villanueva. The episode opens with the Batch still in atmosphere above Bracca, with Crosshair still on their tail. Hunter doesn't really want to leave without Omega, but as the bounty hunter had most likely left the system, newsflash, he had, and they can't search for Omega if they're shot down by the Empire, the Batch make the jump to hyperspace and leave the system. Meanwhile, Omega is imprisoned in a force field secured cell on board Cad Bane's ship, the Justifier. Bane contacts his employer, the Kaminoan Prime Minister Lama Su, and informs him that he expects a premium as Omega is alive, and to bring the bounty in unmarked credits to the rendezvous. Nala Se offers to bring the bounty, but Lama Su remarks that her fondness for the young clone has cost them too much already. Ton Wei is sent to deliver the bounty. Now, quick aside, for those who don't know, Ton Wei is the Kaminoan who meets Obi-Wan Kenobi in Attack of the Clones. Chillingly, the Prime Minister continues to detail the fate which awaits Omega once she is delivered. Her genetic material is to be harvested, and then she's to be terminated. The Batch find out the name of the bounty hunter, Cad Bane, but not where they can find him. They also find out that Omega has pure first-generation DNA. Now, the cynical part of me says it can't be that pure, given that she's the opposite gender to Jango Fett and the rest of the clones. But the important thing is that unlike the other clones, she hasn't been genetically modified for fast growth or to be more compliant. Basically, the only other clone that we know of like her is Boba Fett, and the Kaminoans don't know where he is. After a time, Omega tricks Todo into releasing her to fix his leg. To be fair, Omega does fix his leg, something which Cad Bane had failed to do, before she renders the droid temporarily inoperative. As Cad Bane brings the Justifier into land, Omega searches the hold for a communicator. After landing, Bane goes into the hold to find Todo disabled and Omega gone. Omega successfully contacts the Batch, but is unable to tell them where she is, and she's out of range for a trace, leaving her very much on her own. But the door controls remind her of Topoka City back on Kamino, which makes sense given that Lama Su had said the facility on Bora Vio was a Kaminoan one. Cad Bane catches up to Omega, recaptures her, and destroys her comm. Todo then lets Bane know that there's an unidentified shipkin coming. Bane and Omega come upon the dead body of Ton Wei, and a large part of the rest of the episode is just fun action. Ton Wei had been killed by Fennec Shand, who had also stolen the bounty, and this is insanely fun to watch. But short of giving a blow-by-blow, it doesn't give me a lot to talk about. What I can talk about is that while she's no match for either Cad Bane or Fennec Shand, Omega is not helpless. She does take down Todo and commandeers an escape pod off the facility, where the rest of the Bad Batch find her. The other thing of note that happens is that at one point Omega finds herself in the laboratory on the Kaminoan facility, with a bunch of abandoned experiments floating in disgusting green specimen jars. And when she's back aboard the Marauder, Omega asks the Batch, "Why are the Kaminoans sending bounty hunters after me?" She can't sleep that night. She doesn't want to become a Kaminoan experiment. And Hunter promises her that she never has to go back to Kamino again. Now, even before watching the series the first time, it was pretty obvious that Hunter wasn't going to be able to keep that promise. The only other thing to talk about before I sign off is Fennec Shand. We discover that Fennec's employer is actually Nala Se, who paid Fennec to keep Omega out of Lama Su's hands. She cared for Omega more than either Omega or Lama Su realised. Given what happens at the end of the series, I really do hope we get more with Nala Se in Series 2. But we'll leave that there for the moment. So thanks for joining me. Please leave a like, subscribe, and feel free to let me know you're here and say hi in the comments. This is the Nerdy Dad, signing off.